the impact of using gadgets. So this time, we Group 7 will present the result of the video with the theme gadget made by Group 7 of Class 7D. Before I start, do you know the side effects of gadgets? Before we will explain, we will introduce the members of Group 7. Hello, this time we will introduce our group members, namely Andaru, Dimas, Tara, and Ella. We are from Regina Pacis Ursuline Junior High School, Surakarta.
Hello, my name is Dominikus Andaru Christian Putra.
Hello, my name is Gabriella Edenia.
Hello, my name is Eugeneus Dimas Prameswardhana.
Hello, my name is Benedicta Patria Tara Harjowaskito. Alright, let's get started. Catholic religion education. There are so many people who buy gadgets at low prices, so that's why many people buy gadgets. Many people like to update their status on social networks and get sympathy or comments from their friends in cyberspace. We feel like we belong in cyberspace. Giving comments and sympathy when we meet, we don't even care about each other. We certainly feel the difference when social interaction occurs directly rather than just being virtual. Facial expressions, body language, touch, we may not be able to feel for real. What are the characteristics of each personality disorder? Where the schizoid type tends to be aloof, antisocial tends to be insensitive to the needs of those around him, borderline who can suddenly explode with anger, histrionic and narcissistic who really wants to be praised and cared for, dependent who cannot live alone, and obsessive compulsive doing something over and over again. We can imagine that we often encounter this in everyday life. Another way that can be done to reduce the habit of checking cell phone is to set the cell phone to ring when there are messages and incoming calls. So, if there is the cell phone ringing, we do not need to check our cell phones. Another step is to implement a gadget-free clock. This means that there are certain times when we don't play our gadgets, such as when we are with our family, when we are going to sleep, and other times we decide for ourselves.
Pancasila in civic education. Lots of people use cell phone and point them for personal interests, but the public does not know that there are rules that must be obeyed when using gadget. In society, usually children use gadgets to playing games without knowing the rules that must be followed. The rule that must be followed by children show that they are not addicted to gadgets, are playing gadgets for a maximum of 2 hours a day, accompanied by parents, teach them the virtual world. If the child doesn't obey the rules, what will happen is that if the child plays gadgets for more than 2 hours a day, the child will feel happy and educated. To handle this, you must be accompanied by parents so that parents can guide their children to the right path. Children must be taught cyber ethics so as not to mock others. If children mock others, and they will be ridiculed back, it will make them sad. Support physical education and health. Gadgets are electronic goods that have many functions, ranging from storing data, entertainment facilities, media for studying, working, and other. But so many can be dedicated to playing game in gadget. Moreover, a teenager aged 12 to 11 years who is very vulnerable to gadget addiction. And if a person can manage the number of hours spent with this gadget, then it means he is not dedicated to playing gadget. The cause of people dedicated to gadget is too busy playing games, vulnerable to manage the time they spend with their gadget, etc. As a result of addiction to this gadget, there are many tips ranging for physical health disorders, such as dry eyes, increased aminos, stiff neck, difficult sleeping, and other. To handle cases of gadget addiction in Indonesia, we must able to manage the time we spend with gadget and must not delay other interests. This is also that our physical and mental health is maintained. If we are negligent in doing it, cases of gadget addiction in Indonesia will decrease little by little. Social science. There are so many people who buy gadgets at low price. So that's why many people buy gadgets. Many people like to update their status on social network and get sympathy or comments from their friends in cyberspace. We feel like we belong in cyberspace, giving comment and sympathy, likes. When we meet, we don't even care about each other. We certainly feel the difference when social interaction occurs directly rather than just being virtual. Physical expression, body language, thoughts, we may not able to feel for real.
What are the characteristics of each personality disorder? Where the schizoid type tends to be aloof, antisocial tends to be insensitive to the needs of those around him, borderline who can suddenly explode with anger, histrionic and narcissistic who really wants to be praised and cared for, dependent who cannot live alone, and obsessive compulsive, doing something over and over again. We can imagine that we often encounter this in everyday life.
The use of gadgets in children and adolescents for more than 3 hours can cause them to become gadget addiction. WHO recently released 11th International Classification ACD, which mentions gaming addiction as a mental health disorder. Based on APGI survey 2017, there are 143 million 0.6 or 56.84% of Indonesian population. Indonesian population drafting that internet user penetration is at 13 to 18 years of age. because it is the easiest device to use and access to the internet. It can be used to play games. When playing games, there is usually a sense of pleasure. That feeling of pleasure makes children and adults addicted to play games again. The solution that can be done is to reduce the giving of gadget pads to children or not to give them at all until the age of 13 years, except for learning. But for children who have not been able to manage time well, their parents must be accompanied by their use of cell phones. That way, the problem of using gadgets in Indonesia can be overcome and can be reduced quickly.
What are the solutions that can be done by various parties to deal with this problem? Explain with argument. Ways that can be done by various parties to deal with the problem of gadget addiction, namely limiting the use of gadget, restrict internet access, increase children activities such as playing outside. Parents must be firm with their children, provide positive activities for children. What are the solutions that can be done by the group as the younger generation in dealing with the problem raised? Explain with argument. The solution given by the group as the younger generation in dealing with the problem of gadget addiction, namely 1. Using cell phones for essential purposes only. 2. Using cell phones for study purposes. 3. Set the time to use the gadget as needed. 4. Using gadgets to find positive information for develop a better mindset.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to watch other videos. See you later. Invitation to the younger generation. So let's start from now on. We limit excessive use of gadgets. So start using gadgets wisely, such as looking for positive things and looking for information needed in the future, so that life can be lived well. Communities related to welfare and health, namely A. Public health as a whole is not guaranteed. B. Has not provided health facilities in remote areas such as medical personnel, public health center or hospitals.